That's true. That will hold true. Somewhere along the line, I was writing all these hopeless romantic songs. The very first CD that I released, I started getting phone calls to play at weddings all the time. And so it seemed like every weekend I was playing at a wedding, and then something happened where someone called me from Utah, and this guy was like, "Hey, is this Tyrone Wells?" And I said, "Yeah, this is Tyrone. Who's this?" And this guy said, "My name is Eric, and I'm calling you from Utah." And I'm like, "What's up, Eric from Utah?" And he said, "Check it out." He said, "You have this song that you wrote, and it's like me and my girlfriend. It's our song." And I was like, "Thank you, Eric, very much for calling me from Utah to tell me that. That's nice." And he said, the real reason I'm calling you is because I thought it'd be so awesome if you could play at and I thought he was going to say my wedding, but he didn't. He said, "I thought it'd be so cool if you could play at my proposal." And I was like, "Wait, what did you say?" He said, "I thought it'd be awesome if you could play at my proposal." And I'm like, "I've never actually done that before. What do you want me to do?" And he said, "I just thought it'd be so cool, man, if when I went down on my knee, if you appeared and started playing." I laughed to him like, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah." So we talked about it, and finally I said, "This is too weird and cool to pass up. I'm totally in. Come on out here." So he flies out from Utah. We stage the thing on the Balboa Beach. Most of you know it. There's the Balboa Pier, and there's the Ruby's Restaurant at the end of the pier. So Eric says, "Meet me on the pier at such and such a time." He said, "Look for a guy in a suit." I'm like, "Right." "Look for a tall, bald guy with a guitar." He's like, "Right." So we met on the pier, and then we're both nervous and excited, and he's like, "Okay, Tyrone, this is what you're going to do." He's like, "Go hide in the Ruby's Restaurant and look out the window. And when I go down on my knee, run out there and start playing." I'm like, "Right, okay, all right." So I hide in the Ruby's Restaurant, I'm looking out the window, and Deborah is his girlfriend, and her parents are in on the whole thing, so she has no idea what's going on. They told her they're going to a musical or to a show in Balboa. They show up early, they're like, "We're early for the show, let's take a stroll down the pier, it's a beautiful night." She's like, "All right." She has no idea. They're walking down the pier. I can tell it's her because she's walking in front of them, and there's two older people walking behind her looking like this everywhere. I'm like, "That's got to be Deborah." And so I see Eric at the very end of the pier, and his heart's like beating out of his chest as he's watching Deborah walk toward him. And then she flips out, she sees him, she runs toward him, he runs toward her, he goes down on his knee. And if you push pause right now, I'm in the Ruby's Restaurant. I've got my guitar strapped on my body. There's a family of 5 now sitting in front of the window. And I think they were concerned because I'm standing right next to them looking over their heads with my guitar. And they're like, "What are you doing, buddy?" And I'm like, "Okay, this is the deal." And I start telling them what's happening. And then we're all engrossed in the story. I'm like, "This has got to be Deborah. Okay, it's going down." He's down on his knee. And then I had this moment of I was kind of proud that I was part of the moment. I'm like, this is an honor to be a part of this. And meanwhile, he's still down on his knee, and I'm thinking about this. And then it dawns on me, I'm like, wait a second. I'm supposed to appear. So I throw open the door and I start sprinting towards them because I was freaked out that I missed my moment. And I think it was really overwhelming for Deborah because first she's like, "Why is Eric at the end of this pier from Utah?" And then I know she was like, "Why is that tall bald guy sprinting at me right now with a guitar?" And I tried to be calm and cool, and I started playing their song, and they both mellowed out because after all it was their song. But the worst part about this story is that she said no. Yeah, that's not true. She said yes, actually. But it did cross my mind while I was singing the song. I'm like, wow, she could say no, and that would be so awkward for me. I don't know what I would do. I'd be like, "Okay, you guys have a nice night. I'm going to get a burger at Ruby's." This song is called Sea Breeze. Here we go. Was it just a sweet dream that lingers in the morning like a melody, over and over, all through the day? I can't stop thinking about how I'm feeling this way. She moves like sea breeze, swirling around me, the fragrance that she Jason is in town and he has a question that he wants to ask his girlfriend, Kat. So Jason, if you could just come out here real quick. I think that means yes. Here we go, help me sing if you know it. She moves like sea breeze, swirling around me. Sing it out. Fragrance that she leaves, song that whispers, calling me to her. These eyes have seen the most beautiful to me. Most beautiful to me.
Wow, I'm nervous. I got really nervous.
Give it up for Jason Lomar and Kat back here. That's extra special because Jason used to play guitar in this band for a long time, so we love that guy and we love his choice of bride. So this is really awesome. Real quick, I'd also like to say thank you. The guy that wrote that last song with me is here today. I'm a big fan of what he does. His name is James Gray, wherever he is. I love you, man, and I love writing with you. So, anyways, I'm going to be back here by the banner. This is Tyrone Wells saying hi afterwards. If you'd like to pick up a CD or whatever, I'd be glad to meet you and sign whatever you want me to sign. Remember to pick up a free poster to sign up on the email list. We're going to do a couple more songs. This song is called More. I don't know about you, but when I get away from it all and I can stay on the beach or I can get out where I can see the stars, I feel God talk to me at those times and just get away from it all. And so this song is called More. Here we go.
Give it up one more time for Tyrone Wells! Oh, man, what a set of great music. We're finally finishing up here. Barlow Girl just started over there.